Suppose it happened twice, which happens about a day apart or half a day apart. You turn off all the electricity everywhere.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
So exciting. I saw the preview for The End Is Nye, which premieres on Peacock next Thursday. And it's Bill Nye being chased by terror. This is Bill Nye in his car running away from, well, he'll describe to you what he's running away from. Hold on. He's driving a car.
Montana, Idaho, and North Dakota. The eruption
Listen to what he says.
It's beautiful. Right now, I'm being chased by a 1,000-degree avalanche of ash and gas. A pyroclastic death cloud. The most hazardous thing a volcano can unleash. It's incinerating everything in its path. Cities within 500 miles of the caldera will be buried or burned to the ground within hours. Volcano night. It's a blast.
See, that's a pun, everybody.
I know. The thing is the volcano ash is going faster than Bill Nye's car.
Yeah, that is so funny.
So we get you eaten up alive with pure terror.
Yes. So everybody, greetings. Good morning. The first half of the show is a disaster in which I get killed.
Yes.
6 shows, I get killed 6 times.
Wow.
Don't miss it if you can. And but then in the second half of the show, I come back and everything's great.
See, it's a miracle.
Not a miracle. It's science.
Sorry.
Absolutely it is. So
I'm a little slow there.
The End Is Nye, talking about these epic global disasters. Mm-hmm. Now, there's got to be tsunamis in there and hurricane. I don't know. Can you give us the disasters?
Sure. Yeah. It's we all remember Katrina.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was Category 5. But there are Category 6 hurricanes that occur so far only in the open ocean.
Right.
But what if one of them came ashore? That would be a drag. What if 5 of them came ashore at the same time?
Oh my gosh.
So there are climate models, as they call it, a computer program, where this is possible. So we had experts from Goddard Institute for Space Studies and Penn State, and this is a possibility. All right, so that's one disaster. That's one disaster.
Right. You have 5 more.
Yeah. Then what's a famous one? Bruce Willis.
No, Bruce Willis.
Oh, an asteroid.
Asteroid.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. I missed that one.
But it's a comet nucleus. But a comet, the difference between a comet and an asteroid is ice. I mean, if you got more ice, you're a comet. That's troublesome.
Yes.
There's no evidence that the ancient dinosaurs had a space program. And if they did, it wasn't good enough. And so we got to have a good enough one. But I digress only slightly. September 23rd or so. Anyone? Dual asteroid redirection test. We'll smash into asteroid Didymus, and we'll see if we can deflect it, slow it down just ever so. And then, it's amazing. And because you're going like 40 kilometers, 25 miles a second.
Sheesh.
And so this is the test. Can we steer a spacecraft going that fast? So
far, I don't hear
that's
anything.
only 2.
Bill, okay, so when you do go through these disasters, do you give us tips on how to maybe get away? Or are these are definitely disasters that are going to take us all out? We have no recourse.
Let's take the example of episode 6 where we have these tsunamis. The Pacific. Is anyone old enough to remember 1964?
No. I was born that year.
Yeah. So I was alive. I was in elementary school, and you've heard of Valdez, Alaska?
No.
You've heard of Alaska?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
So there was a town, Valdez, Alaska, that kind of disappeared because of this earthquake. And so there's this famous Amazo, you're kidding me, footage of a guy who was on a ship at the dock in Valdez, and everything's blah, blah, blah. He's got a high 8 or a Super 8 movie camera going. He falls over backwards. You see the sky. He stands back up, and the dock where the dogs and the kids were playing is gone because it fell into an abyss. Oh. And in those days, when I was a kid back east, Alaska was so far out there, like, is that really a real place, and so on. Well, now there's sort of almost 3 times as many people living in the world and 3 times as many people on these sea coasts. If this happened again, it would be a disaster.
Very much.
So I can tell you from personal experience, if you even get 10 seconds warning, that is a huge difference. If you're standing on a dock and you get 10 seconds to leave, you'll run to higher ground. 30 seconds is fabulous. And so we want to have warning systems. That's the second half of the show, warning systems for this sort of disaster. Then another thing that could go wrong, we over-farm and over-tap the Ogallala Aquifer out in the Midwest, and then we all starve because there's no food. So that's bad.
So Bill, so far the disasters you've given us, there's only one that we are responsible for, and that's that one. You're saying.
Yeah, that one, yeah. But the other thing we're responsible for if we don't get ready. So the one that really scares me is...
Really?
Yeah.
There's something more terrifying?
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
Is
shoot it at us. Let's go.
Coronal mass ejection, a CME. This is the outer layer of a star. Humans call it corona. I don't know what stars call it. And once in a while, magnetic fields churning, a star is spinning. You get a big chunk of star tossed into space. The mass, coronal mass ejection. And it comes out into space with this stream of very highly electrically charged particles. Moving electricity creates magnetism. And so this magnetism can interact with the Earth's magnetic field and shut down all the lights at once.
Wow.
And then, suppose it happened twice, which happens about a day apart or half a day apart, you turn off all the electricity everywhere. Then there'd be no water to the high upper stories in New York. There'd be no lights. There'd be no electric radio machines. And then everybody would starve.
Wow.
And
Starvation.
so that's bad.
It is.
So what you want to do is apply your intellect and treasure to make it so that doesn't happen. And having all the electricity go out at once is bad. Ask anybody from Texas about a year and a half ago.
Exactly.
Right, where we're independent. We are fiercely independent. We're good Texans and we have our own grid. But they hadn't done enough to protect it from cold weather, and so everything shut down. Cold weather, that's a hilarious comedy joke compared to a coronal mass ejection.
It's nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So
the end is
let's
nigh.
prepare for that.
So it is our fault if we're not prepared, is what you're saying.
Well, fault. It's just we could do something about it.
The End Is Nye, like I said, premiering on Peacock next Thursday. I find we all in this room and Gandhi in a room down the hall find this fiercely exciting.
Good. Fierce.
Why are we excited about watching us die?
So there's some strange human nature thing, you guys. He's touching the pot. What am I doing? I'm popping peas? Am I popping peas?
That's my pot.
Oh, yeah.
Hands off my pot, Bill.
Yeah. Pot is potentiometer, obviously.
Exactly.
So,
Obviously.
no, you guys, we all depend on
Obviously, Bill.
potentiometers.
I tell
Look
you-
at this. It's a whole sliding board of
Bill.
sliding sliders here.
In the old days, we used to call these pots. Now they don't know what pots are. This is actually a big computer, and these are like pots, but they're not.
They don't work.
They just run computers.
Well, okay, words include more than they leave out.
This is true.
All right, so, and no word says all there is to say about everything. The slider slides used to be variable resistors.
Yes.
Which in British usage, we would call potentiometers. And so these potentiometers got shortened to pots.
Yes.
So they're pots. It's fine.
Plus we're in radio.
Party on.
We're a bunch of druggers.
But it's not, bang, 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 Happy New Year pot. It's a different, and it's not pot. It's a whole different pot.
We got lots
Words
of pot.
include more than they leave out. So there's some strange human nature thing. When things are going great and everything is happy, we watch rom-coms, romantic comedies. We watch comedies. We laugh. Ha, 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 ha. We celebrate happy, light comedians and jokes. But when things are anxiety-producing, as they are now, we watch disaster movies.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. But it's human nature. There's a pandemic. Let's rent Contagion. Cool.
I never understand that.
But it's who we are.
It's
like
crazy to me.
we're reminded of the realities. Like, well, let's go watch it.
We want to get deeper into it somehow.
So you know all this stuff, and you know this all this stuff is possible. Do these things keep you up at night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I say to people, I say, you want to do something about it. Excuse me. You want to do something about it. And the thing to do about it right now, I'm not joking, everyone. Of course, watch the show. Turn it up loud on Peacock, August 25th, Thursday. Don't miss it if you can. But the thing to do now is vote. We need to direct our lawmakers to take steps to be ready for stuff like this.
Agreed.
I mean, we have now the Federal Emergency Management Administration, and what's going on in Kentucky is a drag. But hurricanes are coming. It's August, people. There's going to be coming all fall. So let's get ready.
See, Froggy's in Jacksonville. He's been in Florida for years. So every year it's hurricane season, right, Frog?
Oh, for sure.
And so you just hope and pray that people we were electing are
hoping and praying is not a plan.
Well, we hoping. I know. The thing is, sometimes people get elected that we don't want to be elected, and you're just like, God, please, for the fate of whatever, please.
Don't screw this up, elected official, you say to yourself.
By the way, just turning us on, Bill Nye, and we're talking about The End Is Nye, which is fabulous. It starts next Thursday, August 25th on Peacock. No one was as excited as us, and we're excited to have you here, more excited than Gandhi. Of course, Gandhi's in another room.
Hi, Gandhi.
This is the best and worst day. I have been waiting for you for my entire radio career to meet you, and today I am in a different studio trying to be safe and keep everyone healthy, so it's nice to see you.
You crossed paths with a COVID-tested positive person.
I did. I crossed paths, so I'm in here, but I wanted to tell you one thing first. I was never allowed to watch TV growing up. I was only ever allowed to watch your show. I was allowed to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy. So
and
you
look,
were my
she's
buddy.
fine.
And there she is in a room down the hall.
She got no Gilligan's Island.
Nope.
No Saved by the Bell.
The Munsters wasn't even on the dial.
Yeah.
None of that. I got Bill Nye. But second of all, you have a quote, and I'm probably going to mess it up a little bit, but it also changed my life, and that is, everyone you will ever meet knows something that you do not.
Yes.
And I love that. And it has made my conversation better with people because I try to get to what is the thing that you know that I do not. And I think that it has really broadened my horizons, so thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. See, be respectful. Even of inferior, stupid people. Now, everybody, that is irony, okay? That's a joke. Because the guy you think is inferior and stupid feels the same way about you.
Exactly.
Thinks that I'm inferior and stupid, and then what's the thing you always you write back to angry letters? You may be right. That's what you say.
Yes.
Perhaps I am inferior and stupid. You may be right. There's much in what you say. Back to you, Gandhi.
But going back to The End Is Nye, which I'm super excited to watch, is there one of those 6 disaster scenarios that you think is more likely to happen than the others?
Well, the coronal mass ejection is very likely. And someday we're going to have to deflect an asteroid. I mean, it's not if, it's when, as the saying goes. And if we dry out the Midwest, it's going to really be a drag. And then as we add more and more heat to the atmosphere or by putting in more greenhouse gases, the likelihood of these extreme storms in this pattern that climate models have predicted. Climate models are computer programs, people. That would really be a drag. Stone drag. The super volcano in Yellowstone would be spectacular, but I don't think that's as likely, since you asked.
Okay. And then we were talking this morning about this new article that's out about scientists trying to bring back animals that have been extinct.
Yeah,
so
that's
the Tasmanian tiger. What are your thoughts?
A cool idea. Well, there's 2 things about it. We humans, almost certainly, in most cases of big mammals that used to be around in North America, humans killed them. So maybe it's worthy to have humans bring them back. The other thing, though, that this research will probably lead to advances in genetics and advances, I'm not kidding everybody, in new drugs.
Right.
I'm not kidding. Like knock on, sort of not unexpected, but not first time through developments that will happen by trying to do this.
So it's more than just bringing back a tiger. There's a lot connected to that.
And ethically, don't you want to bring back a boy and a girl tiger?
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to have just one lonely tiger,
Right. You want them all. I want a
tiging
dinosaur.
around.
Okay,
just
so
being a tiger or a tigress all by herself.
Bill, you have said some things that are very frightening, but I want to show you something that may frighten you.
Yes, my old boss.
Several years ago, you and I were both on the catwalk in the Blue Jacket fashion show here in New York for men's health and prostate cancer.
I'm not sure they called it the catwalk, but yeah.
Here's you. Here's the Bill Nye dance, and I'm right in front of you, running for my life, as if.
Oh, is this with Lizzo?
No. Here you are. There you are dancing.
Yeah.
Look at you dance. It's awesome.
Yeah. So it's radio; they can't see it. But yeah,
that's me right in front of. That's me in front of
yeah,
you.
Compare and contrast. Yeah. Wow. One guy rocking out, the other guy just, I don't know. I don't know if I can walk here.
Hey, I got a call from Katie. Katie, say good morning to Bill Nye, whose show The End Is Nye premieres on Peacock next Thursday, the 25th. Go right ahead.
Oh, my God. Hi, Bill Nye. Hi, everybody on the show.
Welcome.
My heart is pounding. You should see all the Facebook Messenger tabs I have open that I'm going to be on the show.
Well, you're here. What do you want to say or ask or talk to Bill Nye about?
I just wanted to say that I just graduated from Arkansas State University with my master's degree in disaster preparedness and emergency management.
And you're in Arkansas. That is okay. Hang on, make fun of me. It's Arkansas State, right?
Yeah,
you're
I'm
not a
from
Razorback.
Arkansas.
What are you?
So it's a red wolf.
Red wolf.
Yeah, that's
all right. Take it, Katie.
That's just where I got my degree. I work at a local health department in Illinois, in West Central Illinois.
Across the border.
Yes.
And so, if this were a game show, Katie, can you state that in the form of a question?
What do you mean?
What is the capital? Little Rock. Okay. What else? Katie, I'm fooling around. You had a question. You had something you wanted to say. You called.
I must believe that having a master's in disaster preparedness and emergency management is right up the alley of Bill's show.
That's it.
Coming
Come
out
back.
Thursday.
Send us your resume for season 2.
You really should.
My God, I would love to.
What drew you to that profession? Because it's very, very needed.
Yeah, so I just applied for a job here at the health department, and it was supposed to be for a health educator, which kind of turned into emergency response. So, and it's public health emergency response. So I've been very active in COVID and now monkeypox.
Hey, what's the deal with monkeypox? Should school kids be worried about monkeypox?
So it can transfer to our pediatric populations if someone in the household does have monkeypox. And there is guidance out from the CDC. And then the Illinois Department of Public Health has just put out information about monkeypox in our daycares in our schools. So it is possible, and it's something that we should all be on the lookout for.
So should we not be shaking hands kind of thing? Or wear gloves only to shake hands?
Well, I mean, you don't have to wear gloves, but, shaking hands is pretty nasty. You don't know where people's hands have been.
I thought that shaking hands was done during COVID. I thought I had shaked my last hand, and then it came back.
It's cookie. But what about monkeypox? Is handshaking to be avoided monkeypox-wise?
Well, it's really important that you just practice like proper hand washing, and the way monkeypox is spread is very different than the way COVID is spread. Respiratory doesn't come into effect with monkeypox. So it comes from sharing the same bed linens or the same clothing, or having like really close intimate contact for a long amount of time.
Intimate contact. Wow. Can Katie say intimate contact?
Oh,
on
absolutely.
The radio?
Well, you said, what was it? The thing when the
interacting.
The
coronal, the shell of the star.
But what's it called?
The CME?
coronal mass ejection?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
That sounds
Yeah,
dirty.
but that doesn't happen so much with humans.
It sounds like monkeypox could come from that.
Let's not conflate is a modern word.
Okay.
Conflate is kind of a modern mix of confuse and inflate. But let us not conflate ejection with ejection.
Okay.
Hello.
That's just a thought.
I know, yeah. Is that what you call it? A thought?
Katie.
Yeah. What else do you think about? Not much. He's a guy.
You'd be surprised. Katie, thank you so much for calling. And congratulations to us for having you at the controls in case there is disaster.
Katie, so Katie, be ready for floods over there. You know, these big storms are going to come ashore and So we did this show in Canada in Montreal, and one of the guys, they all are speaking French and English at the same time. One of the guys says, "What's landfall? What does landfall mean?" And if you live far enough north, you just haven't heard this word.
Wow.
It's true.
But if you live in the U.S., hurricane landfall, yeah, day at the office. That happens every week. So there's going to be floods in Illinois and Arkansas. Katie, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I love you guys. I listen to you every morning.
Thank you. Thanks. And Bill's wondering why anyone listens to this.
No, I'm not.
Because we have people like you on. Thank you, Katie. Thank you for listening to us.
Radio is the most visual medium.
Yeah.
It is. The
No,
theater
it's
the theater of
fabulous.
the mind. The theater of the mind.
Yes.
So again,
Huge fan.
if you don't watch Bill Nye and the premiere of The End Is Nye on Peacock next Thursday, August 25th, we will find you.
Wow.
We'll find you. But Bill, it's just such a pleasure to have you in here.
Thank you. It's a blast. Seriously, you guys, I love radio, and this forum. This is we share this. I'm serious, as citizens, and the show means a lot to a lot of people. So thank you.
Thank you very much
for having me on.
Come back when I'm out of this room, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And so, how long do you have to quarantine? Seriously, what is that?
Until you walk out the door.
Yeah, until you leave. Being safe.
No, but I mean, is it 5 more days, something like that?
No, I think it's 2 more.
2
max,
more, yeah. So we missed it by that much. You guys, I got 4 shots, and then eventually I got it about 3 months ago, and it was mild, and my physician said it's like a 5th shot.
It is.
But the thing is always mutating.
Yeah.
And so we look back into time. The Spanish flu killed, estimates vary, 50 million people in 1918. 50 million people in 1918. But this COVID has killed a few million, which is bad, but not 50 million because we had a vaccine. And 1918, the different numbers, what? 1918, that thing was resolved in about 5 years. By 1923, the world was sort of back to normal. So we're getting there.
Yeah, we'll make it.
Sorry, Gandhi.
It's okay.
We'll get there.
I'm still so happy.
And we'll be back and we'll hang out together.
Okay.
So
That'd be
everybody, Thursday, August 25th, End Is Nye, 6 disaster movies that have a happy ending. Turn it up loud.
There you go, Bill Nye, everyone. Fabulous.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.